Hi all, welcome to John's Model Making. Today I've got the Lancaster bomber for you. Hachette's Lancaster bomber. There we go. Got 4 issues, 107 to 110. There's not a fantastic lot to do in each one, to be honest. But we'll get the battery in place. I think we complete the tailplane, the port tailplane, and we start the starboard tailplane. And we have some parts for the dam. I can't wait for that's the parts. Stage 109. I think that's part of the dam wall. Ooh, yes, excellent. Got some couple of turrets as well to pop in place. Brilliant. Anyway, without further ado, let's get on with the build. Okay, here we have stage 107 battery pack. There we go. Put the battery in place. Apparently there might be an issue with the fixing not in place once we take the cover off the battery compartment. Once we pop it in, yeah, connect it back up, and if the nut falls out, as here, fixing the nut in place, you've got to take the battery compartment off completely and drop a bit of glue into to keep the nut into place. Yeah, anyway, that's if that problem arises for you. A lot of pictures, a lot of instructions just for putting the battery pack in, or the battery in the battery compartment. But there you go. There's some excellent articles though. ND875 knots, yeah, another 100 mission plus Lancaster bomber. Yeah, brilliant. Defensive weapons, yeah, this is the Nash Fraser. I'll get it right. Nash Fraser. The guns, anyway. The variations of the guns as well for the Lancaster bombers, what was more effective. And apparently if you took all the guns off the actual aircraft, it went about 50 miles per hour quicker, which was suggested to do at one point. Interesting. There we go. Your next set of parts: starboard tailplane upper and lower parts, starboard elevator upper and lower parts, cable with connector, hinges and hinge bearings and screws. Anyway, those are the parts for 107. Let's get on with the build. Okay, here we have the parts. Let's get them out. There we go, a bit of foam and the battery, of course. Right, excellent. Well, let's take this cover off. There we go, that's the cover off. Oh, the nut stayed in place. That's fine and dandy. Feed the cable through to here. There we go. Pop the battery in place, and there's no labelling. Oh yeah, there is a Y. Yeah, it does have a Y on it. Bring that over a little bit more. Let's pop this into place here. There we go. That's in place. Excellent. Foam goes there so it doesn't rattle around. Cover back in place. There we go. Screwed him nicely. Excellent. That's all we do with that issue. Brilliant. Now, previously on the Mitsubishi, I had to charge it up for a good few hours, I think it was, that battery, but it does last. Yeah, it's got quite a good length of service for providing the power that we need. But yeah, I don't know, they've not actually said how long it takes to actually charge it up fully, but we'll find out later. Anyway, there we go. So that's stage 107. Let's move on to stage 108. Okay, we have stage 108. We have the starboard tailplane and cable. List of parts: 108A, starboard tailplane upper and then lower. 108C, starboard elevator upper and lower. 108A is cable with connector labelled X1. And then we have 108F, hinges ×2. Then 108G, hinge bearings ×2, HP screws. There we go. Oh, we just got to pop a cable, yeah, into place, and then put the tail wings in place. Excellent. And like I said before, heat shrink if you're not happy with it. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, there we go. That is everything. Completed work. Brilliant. And another cracking article. NE181 Mike. It is brilliant reading. Pearl Harbor, yeah, interesting as well. And then your next set of parts: end of dam wall, turret and turret dome, insert for the dam wall, support stand, nuts, bolts and screws. There are the parts. Let's get on with the build. Okay, let's get the parts out. There we go, those are the parts. First thing we need to do is pop this cable in place. Okay, basically this will go into here and into there. There we go, we can dress that later, but for now, there we go, X1 to X1, got the battery in. Yeah, we could actually charge that up now. I don't know how long it'll take to fully charge, but like I said previously, it might be 3 to 4 hours, but it'll probably take a few charges to get it to its full potential, that battery. But that's looking cool. Right, let's get on with the rest of the build. Okay, those are the parts. Right, let's put these little rubber pieces on one of the hinges. There we go, just like that. Excellent. Leave them out the way for now. Right, now we want 108D. That will go there, like so, and that will go there, like like that. Excellent. There we go, that's the hinges in place. Right, so this is the elevator, and we just need to pop these two together now, match them up. Now see, that one for me is a little bit slack, even though I've not fully pressed this together. That's a little bit slack, and so is that. So I think once we get this in place, it's just gonna, yeah, you've not got much control over it. So I'll show you what I did with the other one. It came apart easy enough anyway. Basically, a bit of heat shrink tubing on here, not that much. I'll just cut a bit off and I'll show you. Just enough to cover the rubber. So say about that much. Put one on there like so, and another piece for the other side. Put that there. Right, put these back together again now. Squeeze that in place. There we go. You've got more control over it now. Doesn't flop around. I don't think you really need to glue that either. But anyway, right. All we need to do now is, there we go, screw this into place on there. Right, I'll just take this apart again because I put the hinges the wrong way around. So I get that there like so. Squeeze it together, and then we can pop it in place. There we go. That's the hinges correct, like that. Okie dokie. So a couple of HP screws. There we go. Put the top piece on. There we go. You won't need to glue it. But there you go, you see, you got more control over it. Doesn't flop around, and neither does the other one. Well, there we go, excellent. I think that's it for stage underneath, is it not? Looking brilliant, closes up nicely. Fantastic stuff. There we go, so let's move on to stage 109. Okay, here we have stage 109. We have dam parts and base support. So list of parts: end of dam wall, turret dome, insert for dam wall, support for stand. 109F is nuts times 2, 109G is bolts times 2, and then we have RP screws. I don't believe we use the nuts and bolts in this stage. There we go, we'll have a look at these parts. Dam wall, turret, pop that stand in place for the RP screws. That is completed work. And here's an interesting summary of this Luftwaffe general. He's in a British helicopter, and PA 990 Bennett's Beavers, Another excellent summary of another brilliant Lancaster bomber. There we go, bomb loads. Yeah, cookie bombs, tall boys. There we go, tall boy and Grand Slam. Excellent. It's great how they actually adjusted the fins, or the width on the fins, to get more accurate bombing. Good story. There we go, your next set of parts: port rudder inner and outer, port tail fin inner and outer, dam wall assembly plate, dam wall buttress, rudder tab actuating rod, and balance weights. Here are the parts. Let's get on with the build. Okay, let's get the parts out. Okay, now those are the parts. There is the dam wall. You can see that paintwork there and that brickwork. Oh, that's nicely focused in. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Yeah, excellent. Right. Pop them to one side. Oh, we just need to basically put this in place, and this goes down here. Now it wants it this way, so this end in first, and just pop it in place just like that. There we go. That's for fixing later, obviously. But yeah, I do like that. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, good water effect. Okay, now we need the turret parts, the dome and the turret section. Do not use any glue, it says. Basically just push it together. Okay, you don't need any glue, that's for certain. And there we go. Again, that's got some detail on it. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, good detail. Excellent. Now we just need to pop this in place. Okay, now this bracket 109E, it goes there, and we use 4 RP screws to keep this in place. There we go. That's 109E in place. You'll need a bigger screwdriver, otherwise you might wear your wear out. So there we go. That is stage 109 completed. There we go. I'll put that piece of the dam wall in place. You can see here, yeah, it'll fix here, probably with a bracket there like that. There is something from underneath anyway before we actually pop it in place. There you see, yeah, so it does fit nicely on that corner, just like that. But it's partly screwing it in at the moment because we've still got the bottom piece to put in place. But I think that looks pretty cool, that. There we go. Yeah, looks great, that. Excellent. Right, let's move on to stage 110. Okay, we have stage 110. Let's have a look at the parts. So you have tail, plane and buttress. So list of parts: 110A is port rudder inner, then we have the port rudder outer, then we have port tail fin outer and inner, dam wall assembly plate, dam wall buttress, rudder tab actuating rod ×2, rudder balance weight, rudder tab balance weight ×2. Excellent. There we go, put the tail plane together, put the rudder on. Yeah, and then we put these weights on. And there we go, we can actually attach it to here. And mine's working fine though, because I put some heat shrink on one of the hinges, if you remember. So it operates like that. It was quite loose before, so it flopped down, and now it's fine. There we go, so that's completed work. The tail fin has been attached to the port tail plane. Then we have the Junkers JU90 series. This is an interesting read. And then the RF Big Wing Tactics, yeah, another excellent read. Douglas Bader, yeah, excellent stuff. And your next set of parts: starboard tail fin inner and outer, starboard rudder inner and outer, dam turret, dome, towers, dam wall assembly plate, rudder tab actuating rods and balance weights. Excellent. There are the parts. Let's get on with the build. Okay, let's get parts out. Okay, those are our parts. There we go, some more detail. The buttress, dam wall, there we go. There we go, that's better. Yeah, that looks cool as well. Nice green mossy effect. Yeah, looking cool. Excellent. Alright, pop them to one side, because we won't be using them anyway. We need 110C and 110D. Basically these two will just clip together. A series of pegs, just line them up. There we go, just like that. You might want to glue it, you might not. Entirely up to you. Right, now we can line this up. So we want 110D and 110A. That's 110A, obviously 110D. And we want 110B, which will just sit over the top. So this is just the rudder popping into place. There we go. Has that gone in? Yeah, that snaps into place. Now that is quite loose. You should be able to open this up if you're not happy with it, but seeing as it's going to be in that position, stood up, I won't worry too much about it. Right, now we need these pieces of weights. Okay, flip this over, because first off what we need to do is to pop 110G, which will go here. It will pop into there. Now we can glue all these. Oh, that's sat there nicely, aren't they? No, I've said that. 110H will go into here. Yeah, that's not gonna just stay there. Oh, it does. See, I'm wrong again. And then 110I will go into the last one. Take that one out. I don't want to break it. I'm putting this one in. There we go. So this is the weights. There you go, there nicely. Yeah, just need to glue them. There, I will use some brush on super glue for this. Yeah, you won't need much glue, so don't put an excess amount. Just enough. You don't want to get it on the rest of the rudder. Put that in place just there. Make sure it sits in as it should, just like that. Excellent, because it does meet up to here. Put that in place just there. Excellent. They look cool, do they not? Right, just give them a minute and I'll put the others on the other side. Okie doke. There we are, that's the rest of the detail on. Looking just like that. Brilliant, give that a minute to dry off. Okie doke. Right, all I need to do now is put this in place. Just push it into place. There we go. I haven't glued it at all. Just push it until it goes. Nice tight fit that. Excellent, that's looking pretty cool, that, is it not? There we go, there's the port tail plane, yeah, the buttress and that plate. That's 110 completed, that's looking cool as well. It is a tight fit, this, getting the rudder on to the tail wing there. Yeah, you might want to pop a little bit of grease on the connections or a little bit of oil and then just keep pushing it in and out. Take it off and take it back in until you're quite happy with it. But there we go, that's looking absolutely superb. Brilliant stuff. There we go folks, that stage is 107 to 110 completed. There is obviously the base with that cable in place. Yeah, and that bracket there. Good, pop that to one side. Excellent, there we go. Right, there's one of the tail wings. Looking cool, just like that. Brilliant. I've not glued it at the end yet. It does come in and out quite easy now because I put a little bit of oil on it because I'm not fully convinced that it's as far as that can go right to the edge, but I'll sort that out later. Plus I don't want to store it any other way really. I might just part them both. There is the starboard tail plane. That's looking cool. Saw what I did with the hinge, put a bit of heat shrink on it. Yeah, and it's cool now. There we go. It was a bit floppy. The port one was like that. There's a bracket, buttress. We've got the turret. There we go. You see, and the down wall. Down wall looks pretty cool. Yeah, Brilliant stuff. Excellent. I don't know whether anybody's going to weather these up. You can put, I don't know, what could you put at the end? I think we get some water, don't we? I know there's water up here. I'm not sure if there's water down at the bottom here. When I said I mean here, across here. I get water at the back here. But anyway, we'll wait and see. Yeah, look, it'll look cool anyway, I'm sure it will. 110, so we got another 20 issues to go. 5 more months, yeah, and then it's completed. Brilliant stuff. Anyway, it's looking excellent. Just want to put it all together now, don't we? Anyway, if you did like that, that's the Lancaster bomber for this month. I hope you did anyway. If you did, give us a nice big thumbs up. Tune in next month to watch the next 4 stages. So thanks again. Bye for now.